Hey, how's it going? My name is Saki and... Is it here already? Let's have a look at this beauty. The guy from the store where I bought this told me to cold wash it, and now she looks like the offspring between G.I. Jane and Tyrion Lannister. The motto of her house could be, hear me rolling my eyes out. As I was saying before, my name is Saki and I got tired of beating everybody else's games, so I decided to build my own. Like I said on my previous video, pretty much every single game has another game as an inspiration, and mine is no different since it's based on a higher or lower game. According to their website, higher or lower is a very addictive game of higher or lower using Google searches. They have two game modes, classic and beat the clock. If we choose the classical mode, we'll get two options on each round. The option on the left, which is Psycho? I guess they misspelled Amber Heard. The option on the left shows how many Google searches a term had. And we have to guess if the option on the right had higher or lower Google searches than the other option. If you get it right, you keep playing, but if you get it wrong, the game is over and you might even get insulted at the end. The other mode is similar, but you have to guess within 10 seconds, otherwise you lose the game. So all those years of training to last longer will do you no good here. I came across this game while I was watching a Ludwig video, where he played a version of the game, but it was with his own videos, which is a little bit egocentric if you ask me. At the time, I thought that he himself had created the game. Then I thought, it must be a spin-off, he's not that smart. And I was right. He posted some other videos about the topic, one of them playing the version I showed you, alongside some other spin-offs. For example, one with movie ratings and another one with new Netflix series. Actually, that last one doesn't exist, but if it did, he would always win, because they're all dog shit. After watching all these videos, I thought it could be fun to pick up this game and make my own spin-off. But instead of comparing Google searches, the idea is to compare YouTube videos. For this, I need to use a YouTube API, which I already discussed on my very first video. Now I just need a way to talk about the Minesweeper video, and I've covered them all up until this point. But which videos would I use in the game? While I was thinking about this, I noticed that I could use the YouTube API to get the most popular videos in each country. So the game could consist on first selecting a country, then playing with its most popular videos. If you choose your own country, you can even play with videos that have your language, alongside a MrBeast video, of course. In order to get the videos for a country, I needed to call the YouTube API with a country code. So the first task was to get the codes for every single country. A quick search on the most copied and pasted website of all time was enough to find that information. In there, I discovered the country named Chad, where all people look like this. I could write a program to fetch all the codes from Wikipedia and store them in a file, but doing it manually was way faster. If I wanted to waste time, I could just watch a Brandon Schaub stand-up special. You'd be surprised how bad this is. So I picked up all the countries and their respective codes, put them in a file, and then stored them all in a database. After that, I fetched the 50 most popular videos from each country and also stored them in the same database. This didn't work for every single country though. I was unable to fetch the videos from West Taiwan, Worst Korea and Antarctica. Although the last one I bet is just videos on how to build igloos and ice road truckers. If I had stopped there, the game would be very boring because you would always play with the same videos. So I did a little bit more coding to fetch new videos every single day. There would still be a MrBeast video in there, but the other ones might be different. At this point the server was done, so it was time to move on to the challenging part, parallel parking. Just kidding, it's building the website. I wanted my spin-off to have the same functionality as the original game. But because my front-end skills are very far from good, maybe the UI will end up being just a tiny bit different. The goal here is to make something that works. Looking good is completely optional, which means that people who bought this are going to have a blast playing the game. The first thing to do is to select the country that you're going to play with. I started by adding a drop-down where all the countries appear, then I added a button so you can start the game. Just as simple as choosing a country to travel inside the EU. In the original game you have the two options displayed side by side, but when you resize the window you see that the options are stacked on top of each other. Is this hard to do? No. Is it more annoying than to always have the options stacked on top of each other? Yes. So let's go with that. On the video that will stay on top, I'll add the thumbnail as a background image, its title, channel, and number of views. On the below option, the thumbnail will also be the background image, then its title, channel, 2 buttons with a higher or lower options, and a little label so you don't lose focus of which video you're comparing it to. One thing that's missing on the page is that little versus circle that's on the center. One of the most difficult things you can ask a programmer is to center something in a page. The other one is endure meetings and being asked to fix a printer. To do this, I pulled an Amy Schumer and copied what the original game had on their website. Just look at this beautiful thing now. The higher or lower buttons don't do anything yet, so let's take care of that part. You can think of these buttons like a first date. If you select the correct answer, you'll keep playing, but if you tell her, our kids will look beautiful, the game is over. On the end screen of the game, there's 2 options. The first one will restart the game with the same country, but the videos will appear in a different order. The second one takes you back to the entry page to allow you to choose a different country. The last feature to add is the game score. In the original game you get 1 point if you guess correctly, but I wanted to make things a little bit more interesting. The base score of the question is 100 points. If you guess within the first 5 seconds of the round, you get 50 bonus points. If you guess within 10 seconds, you get 20 bonus points. On the end screen I display the score you got and a lovely message if you manage to get a new high score. At this point the game is working, the functionality is there, but it's still not presentable. I mean, it's not ugly, but it's still not pretty enough for me to just let her take a shit on my bed, you know? And if she does that, does it mean that she sleeps on the toilet? First thing to do is to add a background to both the home and the endgame pages. Next step is to add some text to the home page so people know what this game is. And also set the timer as optional, because I don't want to give anybody anxiety while playing this. Now let's add some animations to move between pages like you were scrolling sideways, change the verses to a proper color according to the answer, and do a sort of scrolling if you answer correctly. I have to say it looks way better now, just like I used to look with my old beard, before I had a brain fart and mistakenly shaved it off. After all the code is done, I deployed this to the cloud, which are just computers in some warehouse, and it's done, so let's play a bit. Okay, let's do one with the US. Let's see which comedian got assaulted today. Play with timer. Let's do this. Why elephants don't think you're cute? Oh, this guy has way higher for sure. Danny, really like him, but the other guy has more subscribers, so I'm going to say lower. I don't know who you are, I'm sorry. Oh, the Alan Show, that was shit. It's way higher for sure. What's up with the Minecraft videos? Jesus. Higher to music video, lower because it's not My Chemical Romance. Hasta los dientes. I don't know, man, she's pretty popular. I'd say higher. Kendrick Lamar, but it's a reaction. I'm gonna say lower. I don't know who any of these guys are. My current Amazon must-haves. Who gives a shit? It's lower for sure. Jacqueline. Jacelyn?
Jaqueline.
There's a rock in my house. I like this guy, but it's no NBA. He was the worst in his class until he revealed his true power. Is this anime? Higher, I guess? This is lower. Kendrick Lamar, I mean, it's a music video, it's higher for sure. This is lower for sure. What? That's it for the video. The link for the game is in the description. I really enjoyed making this game, so I hope you enjoy playing it as well. One thing that we can learn from this Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial is that the crazy hot scale is not a joke. That's a dad sneeze. I really hope there's some sort of assault on every Oscars from now on. It started with the slap, but I would like to see it escalate every single year. Maybe next year Kanye West Batista bombs Pete Davidson because now he's with Kim or some shit like that. I mean, I don't know what's going on his head. I don't think he knows it either. 5 years into the future, Mike Tyson is presenting Best Picture, makes a joke about little people. 30 of them rush into stage and you just see just people flying left and right and people get thrown into the balcony and something. I mean, I would pay to watch that. They could even turn it into a pay-per-view or something. Oscar Mania 99, Mike Tyson versus Little People. Why am I not being hired to produce this?